dead random. As you can see, I've pulled my refrigerator out. This is actually a problem that most of us will run into from time to time, and especially with an older refrigerator. And you can see this is a KitchenAid and a Superba, and it's very common with the stainless steel. Sometimes it's a black front or a white front, but the inside of these refrigerators are all the same. So what happens is you get a drip down here in the water dispenser, and that drip is usually not a sign of anything going on inside the front here. It's a valve issue in the back. And you can find other videos of this repair. I'm just going to give you the story of mine, but it's pretty simple. So let me go ahead and show you the back of the refrigerator and what I did to open it up. So pull the refrigerator out, unplug it. You may want to disconnect the water so it's not, or just turn it off, and I'll show you that right now here. All right, so I am looking at the bottom of the refrigerator right here. These are the screws that I took out, and this is the backing. It's a very cheap, flimsy backing. It's paper. You do want to save it because it does keep dust from filling this area in. This is a 17-year-old refrigerator, so I suggest that when you basically open it up, you get a vacuum, definitely unplug it, and vacuum out the dust wherever you can see it. Try not to run into anything, of course. Try not to mess up any of these copper lines. Don't bend those. But this is the area that we're focused on right here. So let me go ahead and give you a close-up of this area right here. This valve right here is what we need to replace. So what you want to do is you want to take out these screws here, and I'll do that really quick. And this is, let's see, I don't even know, it is a 1/4 inch. This is a 1/4 inch drive, okay? Standard 1/4 inch screws. But this is the part here that we are looking to, this is the part that pumps water to your ice maker and to your water dispenser. This is the inlet, and these are the two outlets, and this is basically it's not a pump, it's a flow valve, and it's run by these two electric circuits right here. There's two solenoids, and you just disconnect these. Go ahead and disconnect the purple one. They're color coded so you don't screw them up. And then there's two water valves, and to disconnect these, you press the back in and you pull out the tube. Now, as you can see, there's water getting all over the place. So let me grab a bowl. Have a bowl handy so that water can drain into something. There we go. And a couple of towels. So I'm just pressing these in. It's just a pressure fitting. Press it in and then pull out the back. There it is, and there's the water coming out. Now I'm going to grab some paper towels as well. And we'll just put that down there. So this is the valve here. Let me go ahead and get the last. Now there are different sizes. This is a smaller one. You can see that this one is going up to the back. This one here is coming from the filter. Right here, this is coming from the filter. So this is the one that's going to go into the long piece. Now, I've actually ordered the part. This part came from this distributor. And I got the part number a couple of different ways. One is the parts labeled right here. You can see the label of the model number. And it's good to have a cell phone before you order your part and before you mess around with the back of the fridge. Pre-order your part and then leave everything together. You're going to have to go without water and ice for a little bit, but take a picture of this number. Give you the pressure.
it gives you the power requirements to run the part. These are very easy to find. They're not very expensive. You're going to probably pay about $20 for this part. If you have an installer do this, it's going to be a lot more money. They'll probably charge you $50 for the part, and then of course maybe $200 for the service. So that's kind of something you have to take into consideration. But this is just plug and play stuff. Push this down. There we go. Disconnected the water feed. Okay. So we only have a couple of connections. So there it is. This is our old part. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that, and we'll be right back.
All right. This is Dad Random, and I'm back. Go ahead and here's my old part right here, and here's the new one. And you can see that there's some slight differences, but they do pretty much the same thing. There is going to be a difference. Now you can see that the hole difference, this is a larger, this is a smaller, and these are the same here. They work the exact same way. It's going to be a pressure fit. I'm going to basically push that tube back in there, and I'm going to push it in tight. So this should be a kind of a plug and play, and you can see that instead of blue and brown, I have green and red. Just keep them oriented correctly, okay? So the blue will be the green, the red will be the brown. And just keep that orientation. It runs the same valve, so you just have to put the color, match the color up with the part. But about $18 for this part. Oh man, it should do the trick. So let's go ahead and install the part, and we'll be right back. Okay.
All right, Dad Random back. Hey, how you doing? So I'm just going to go and press these into place. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I'm not going to mess with anything. I'm just going to push this into place. There we go. Snaps in there. Pull back a little bit, and we'll go ahead and find the larger of the two tubes. That will go into this hole. Okay, and then pull it back a little bit. And then here's the smaller of the two tubes. I believe this one goes to the ice maker. Usually the smaller one's the ice maker tube, and the larger one is the water dispenser. Go there, and then we will do a pressure check in just a second. We'll go ahead and turn the water on. Let's do that before we turn anything on. So I'm going to put this underneath just in case we have a leak. We can go into the bucket there. So here we go. We'll check that out. You're going to have a supply line just like this, and you can see all the monkey business I got back here. I got multiple filters. I'm actually going to remove these and put a single filter on. There's also a filter inside your refrigerator. Let's go ahead and turn the water on, see what happens, and see if we got a leak. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to look at our handiwork here, see if we've got a leak there. I'm going to check that once again once we get it screwed in. But you can see I haven't gotten any electrical connected yet. Now remember, this one here will be the blue side. It's now green, and the brown side will be this white one right here. So we'll go ahead and plug that one in, just like that. And then we'll plug this one in here, just like that. One more check. Now we're going to do a electrical check and see if the pump the solenoid is turning off and on, and we're getting leaks. So let's go ahead and put some power to it. Go ahead and plug the refrigerator back in. Get it moved a little bit here. Do a power check here. All right, let's go ahead and no, nothing yet. So let's put some power to it. All right, we're going to go and go to the water dispenser here. So we're going to get something big because we're going to have air coming out of it.
So what you want to do is get something that can capture a whole bunch of water. And let me go get the biggest bucket I got. Right here. Biggest one I got. And let's see what we got going on here. There's the water. So since it's dispensing, it's working. Ooh, we've got a mess going on there. And so water's coming out. That's a good sign. You can hear the air escaping right there. We'll just let it keep coming so the air stops coming out. See that? Let it run for a while. Remember, have some towels, have plenty of buckets around. There we go. So it's holding. That's what we want. We want to see. We don't want to see any drips coming out of there. All right, so we'll go dump this out here. Let's go check our bucket over here and make sure we don't have any leaks. Looking at our part, I don't see any leaks. I don't see any leaks on the inlet. Be careful, guys, when you plug your fridge back in, the fan is running. You can see that, and you can get your hands in there. So you see that fan right there? Before I button everything back up, I'm going to turn this refrigerator off. Finish my job because, like I said, you can get your hand in the fan there. But this should be able to, go ahead. We should be able to get her button back up here. So that's what I'm going to do right now. All right, later. Bye. All right, so we got the power off, and I'm basically matching up the bracket. This bracket is the most important part when you're replacing it is making sure you got this bracket. You could put a different pump on there. They're pretty much all the same, but this bracket is what holds it away from all the other things in the back. So you try to find one with the same bracket. Now, this bracket is a little shorter than the other one, but it will fit the same way. Go ahead and do that. And for speed, I use a electric driver. Guys, you don't have to crank it down. Okay, it's ready to go. And it looks like all the wires are set good. It's pretty much the exact same way. I looked to make sure there's no kinks. This was inside of there, so I want to make that so the backing can go on. This actually comes out, so you'll see as I replace the backing that comes out the back, so just like that. And you just have to move things around a little bit. This will go up in there. You know, they save a little bit of cash when they put these things on. But I'll go ahead and finish this, putting back the old backing, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. At random, success, we hope. Okay, we'll get this thing pushed in, and we should be ready to be in full operation. Right? Get her back in place. Since you're down there and you pretty much pulled your fridge out, clean the back of it. There's a little bit of a handyman's tip, because you never know when you're going to be back here again. And you know how dirty it gets behind the fridge. So for Dad Random, all right, here we go. Moment of truth. Here we go. We know it works, but we've got to put together, make sure there's no puddles underneath your fridge before you push it back in there, because that would really suck to have water, running over your nice floor if it's tile, or if it's wood, and you're going to have a big mess. Perfecto. In conclusion, pay close attention to part numbers. Most of these parts can be found quickly through an Amazon search. There's the old one. Guys, there's no reason to keep this, but you might want to keep a picture
of that part number. More than likely, you're never going to have to repair it ever again, because most refrigerators, one cycle, one pump, there'll probably be a refrigeration issue possibly in the future, but they make really good products now. And but these are just a little plastic thing, and as much as this was, pretty good. I mean, 17 years, this thing's been turning, water and ice off and on. But very simple fix. Anybody can do it, and so can you. So, all right, for Dad Random, and we got the Robertson. Was it Robertshaw? Robertshaw. It's the part that I replaced it with. But check that part number out. Type in the search field, Kenmore, Whirlpool. Almost all of these use the same internal parts. All right, later, Dead Random. You can do it. Okay.